else to sit because this is where I'll be sitting. So I want to be. Alright everybody, this is Thelma, and she's actually from Chihuahua Rescue. The sponsor, Catherine, has had Thelma in her care for a little over, I think, about a year. But the thing is that as you can see, she's very, insecure. She doesn't have a lot of, good social skills. Hey. So the thing is that I have to govern what it is that she's doing, meaning that, every time she snaps at someone, I have to correct her to let her know that's not how it works here. So, but the thing is that, she is, spoiled, she is carried, she is, she's not given the respect of being a dog, which is why she is the way she is. So, right there. So what it is that I'm doing is I'm preventing her to do the whole snapping, because the thing is that the nervousness can actually make her a target, and being that she is, a smaller dog, they can see her like a rabbit or a squirrel or, a cat or something like that. And the thing is that any dog that has an insecurity that is this small, is prey to larger dogs like everybody else in the pack. Now, of course, the pack knows, that if we have small dogs to respect, because, we've got Quanchi, we've got Elvis, we had the pups when they were, very small when they first introduced to the pack. So the pack understands that every animal that is in here is to be respected. So this is what I want her to see. I want her to see that, not everybody is going to, be rude, be obnoxious. I have to create that security for her. So, one of the things that, and you see me do this time and time again, is that when I'm doing an introduction, I'm always having, the hold of the leash, because again, I don't want her to be running around, in a panic, and everybody go after her. So, this is something that has to be done, but I also want her to know that snapping, snarling, growling, showing teeth is not permitted while she's here. So in the beginning of her rehab, I immediately have to, instill the rules about what it is that's expected while she's here. So that way she sees that, okay, nobody's here to harm her, she can have security because everybody else is respecting her, and vice versa. So I want her to do the whole smelling thing. I want her to start exploring. I want her to see that, no one is going to pick on her. Everybody's going to respect her. If she gets nervous, that's when I'm going to, hey, correct that right there. So So you have to know, how much intensity to work with or to give in order to make that correction. So she's coming in quick, so I have to, come in right behind that negativity. And the whole purpose is, like I said, to let her know, just to calm down, just to relax. No one is going to harm her as long as I'm around. So right now we're building, again, trust, we're building respect, we're building security, which is the main purpose of her. I want her to feel secure, I want her to grow independence, I want her to grow, confidence. I want her to learn how to be, part of this unit. Right there. So if you saw just right now, everybody was crowding around. Hey, right there. So everybody was crowding over her, and that's what I don't want. I want everybody to understand, don't hover over her. Give her that respect. Treat her like if she was a Great Dane or something. The other thing is that, like how Nasir was in her face, I don't want her to snap. I don't want her to snap at him, but I do want him to understand, that you're pushing the limit. Don't go over what you the politeness part. So Thelma is going to be with us for about 14 days. Within the 14 days, she's actually going to be doing treadmill. She's going to be doing some working out in our tank over there. She's going to be going on possible sessions. She's going to be traveling with the pack to the woods, to the river, downtown. So I want to expose her, but we're also going to be doing it in a group, meaning we're going to have, the big guys, the pups, possibly Quan Chi and Elvis will be helping me with this case. But again, I want her to be, to learn how to be a dog, because that's not what she knows how to be. Right now she's what Catherine had told me was that, she's stubborn, she does what she wants, she right there. She basically is the queen, basically, because she does whatever she wants. And when she tells everybody to go to their kennels, everybody does it, but Thelma here usually takes her time. So what I'm doing right now is, her thing is she wants to go under there, and I don't really care about her doing that, but as of right now, I see that as an insecurity, because she's going somewhere where she can hide. There's shade, but there's also shade over here, and I would rather her be out under this shade opposed to being underneath the feeding table. So I'm going to go and ask her to come this way. Perfect, just a light tug. So right now I'm also working with the, right there. I'm working with, leash handling. So we've already started working. We just walked in about 10 minutes ago. So we've already done the introduction as far as bringing her in through the gate. But now, now we're starting the work as far as rules, guidance, security. But again, this is within the first 10 minutes of her being here. So, hey. So right now, when I do the correction, you're going to see this tension, but the tension is because I don't want her to flee, right? But once she stops and sits down, that's when I will give, lead on the leash, so that way there's no, she's not got this tension feeding through the leash, and that's what I don't want. I don't mind her sitting down, you see her relax, perfect, that's what I want. But again, like I said, when I do the correction, I know she's going to move away. But when she does that, you're going to see this tension, in the leash. Once she does the sitting part, then I'll go ahead and relax the leash, so that way, again, I don't feed that tension. So again, knowing how to work the leash, so that way it works, for you and not against you. Because normally what will happen is when you do a correction, the dog's going to, panic, and then of course you're coming in with anger, you're coming with frustration. And this is going to be the negative part for that leash. So, learning how to know what to do when you're, working with someone like that, especially when you're doing a correction. Like right there, that's fine. Right there. This right there. Tension. She's sitting. Relax. Perfect. That's what I want. So, but you have to be quick. Your timing is, you see how ears back, mouth open. So she's not, afraid about what it is that I'm doing. Right there. So she's not afraid about what it is that I'm doing, but she's understanding, okay, he's not hurting me. He's not, doing anything negative, to make this situation a bad thing. Ears back, mouth open. Of course, the tail is between the legs underneath because, you know, she's not too sure about what's going on. I do want her to be around everybody else just like this. Loose leash, relax. So when you're working with a smaller dog, you know, it is a very delicate situation. But again, you know, knowing exactly what it is that you're doing when you're doing these exercises. So right now, what most people would say or you know, kind of do at this point is that, okay, you know, she's doing what she's doing. Okay, good girl, praise, affection, that kind of thing. That's not what I want to do with her right now. Because right now I'm working with her, and when you're working, you have to stay focused on the task. If I do, you know, the whole, you know, basic dog training of what most people do when the dog does what they're supposed to do, and do that praising thing, I will be breaking exactly what it is as far as, you know, the focus, you know, the understanding about what's going on at this moment. So what I want her to do for me is I want her, again, you know, to start working on the treadmill. I want her to start doing, you know, basic swimming in the tank. You know, I want her to work, so that way by the end of the day, once we go to the feeding and she gets fed once a day, from what the sponsor tells me, you know, then she's gonna, you know, be done with everything, and then she's gonna get, you know, dinner, and that's it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stay in this position because I know, you know, again, I want the nose to work. Every time that I work with a case, I want the nose to be a source of information, meaning, you know, curiosity. Curiosity is going to, like I said, is a dog's best friend because this is how they learn about stuff. But right now I'm not going to pet her, I'm not going to give her affection because that's not, you know, what other dogs do.